Hey y'all, Billy Thompson here. If you're looking to fix up your truck, figure out what that weird noise is, or just learn a thing or two about keeping your car running right, you've come to the right place. I keep it simple, straight up, and hands-on. Go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And let's get to work. Enough jawing, let's dive in.
The transmission fluid pressure sensor, TFPS, is normally attached to the valve body inside the transmission. But in some vehicles, it can be found bolted to the crankcase or transmission housing. The PCM receives a voltage signal to determine the operating pressure of the transmission or when a gear change occurs. This code is set if the G input does not match the normal operating voltages stored in the PCM memory. Sometimes the problem can be due to internal mechanical problems within the transmission. But more often, error P083E is a problem with the electrical circuitry of the TFPS sensor. This should not be ignored, especially when dealing with a recurring problem. Troubleshooting actions may vary depending on the manufacturer, type of TFPS sensor and wire colors. Symptoms of malfunction. The main P083E fault symptom for the driver is the illuminated MIL, malfunction indicator light. It is also referred to as check engine or simply check engine lig HT. It can also manifest as the car starts in second or third gear, emergency mode. Unable to change gear. The transmission shifts hard or slips. Transmission overheating. Converter lockup clutch engagement and disengagement problem. Increased fuel consumption. The severity of error P083E is high enough to recommend correcting the problem as soon as possible. Ignoring the problem for too long could lead to more extensive and expensive repairs. Over time, the vehicle's performance may deteriorate to such an extent that it simply cannot be driven. Causes of the error. The P083E code may mean that one or more of the following problems have occurred: possible short circuit in the TFPS sensor signal circuit. Possible failure of the TFPS sensor, internal short circuit. Contamination or low level of ATF transmission fluid. Clogged or blocked transmission fluid passages. Mechanical failure inside the transmission. Sometimes a faulty PCM module is the cause. How to clear fault code P083E. Some suggested steps for troubleshooting and correcting error code P083E. Change the ATF fluid and filter. Fill the transmission fluid to the required level. Flush to clean the internal transmission pipes. Test, if necessary, by replacing the faulty pressure control solenoid valve. Troubleshoot mechanical faults inside the transmission. Check connectors and wiring. Flashing or replacing the PCM. Diagnosing and solving problems. Always check the technical service bulletins, TSB, for your particular vehicle to begin with. Problem P083E may already be a known problem with a known fix issued by the manufacturer. This can save you time and money during diagnosis. The next step is to locate the transmission fluid pressure sensor, TFPS. Once found, visually inspect the connector and wiring harness. Look for scratches, scuffs, exposed wires, burn marks or melted plastic. Disconnect the connector and carefully inspect the terminals inside the connector. See if they look burnt or have a green tinge that indicates corrosion. If the terminals need cleaning, use an electrical contact cleaner and a plastic bristle brush. Leave to dry and apply electrical grease to the contact areas of the terminals. Using a diagnostic tool, clear the fault codes from the memory and see if error P083E returns. If the code returns, we will need to test the TFPS sensor and associated circuits. Turn on the ignition key. Depending on the manufacturer's specifications, the voltmeter should read 12 volts or 5 volts. Shake the connection and see if the reading changes. If the voltage is incorrect, replace the faulty wires or connectors. Check sensor. Connect one ohmmeter cable to the signal terminal on the TFPS sensor and the other to ground. Check the resistance according to the manufacturer's specifications. Pull the connector on the transmission fluid pressure sensor, checking the resistance. If the ohmmeter reading differs from the manufacturer's recommendation, replace the TFPS sensor. if the wiring and sensor tests are complete but you still receive the P083E code, you need to check the PCM-MTC module as well as the internal transmission faults. But do this after replacing the TFPS sensor. Most of the time, this is the problem. If you're not sure, seek the assistance of a qualified vehicle diagnostic IAN. In which vehicles is this problem most common? The problem with the P083E code can occur in a variety of cars, but there are always statistics on which this error occurs most frequently. Here's a list of some of them. In conclusion, understanding fault code P083E is crucial for maintaining your vehicle's transmission system. By recognizing the symptoms and following the diagnostic steps outlined, you can effectively troubleshoot the issue related to the transmission fluid pressure sensor or switch. Remember to check connections, inspect the sensor, and consider the possibility of fluid issues. If you encounter this error code, clearing it by hand can be a straightforward process, but always ensure to monitor for any recurring problems. Regular maintenance and timely intervention can help prevent further complications, ensuring your vehicle runs smoothly and efficiently. Thank you for watching, and safe driving.